readings on remix theory by Eduardo Navas and 5 different small articles on vines. In the remix theory article, he discusses many different forms of remixes and mashups. He first begins to talk about how there are 2 types of mashups, which are different purely by functionality. The first is common in music, and it's when 2 or more songs is put together to create a new song, but that is still familiar to the fans of the original music. The second is mashup is he described reflexive, and is usually nothing to do with music. It's commonly on Web 2.0 applications, a remix of information, similar to things like a newsfeed. He talks about remix culture being global activity consisting of the creative and efficient exchange of information made possible by digital technologies. He mentions frequently that the whole idea of remix culture revolves around cut, copy, paste, which is basically means to take something and then put it somewhere else, maybe take something and duplicate it across the platform. He talks about remix culture in music in the 1960s and 70s and how it was something new and creative and exciting, but now it's pretty common, especially in electronic music, where an artist will release his music and then he will also release alongside it an EP or a track list full of remixes of just one song. Remixes are huge now and a vital part of certain genres of music. The term regenerative remix comes up, and he discusses it as, he calls it regenerative because it relies on constant data flows. It's something that's always changing. He gives the example of Google News as a basic regenerative remix because it doesn't create the content. It just compiles content from across the internet and puts it together. He discusses that people don't question the legitimacy of what they're reading or the newspaper that they're reading from the Google mashup of news. They just rely that the mashup is legitimate. Another example would be Twitter, which relies heavily on constant data flow. Without the participation of people, your Twitter feed would be empty or out of date. It is a regenerative remix. He talks about the evolution of mashup to megamix. Megamix is essentially a reflexive remix that uses small or mid-sized sound samples to create a song medley. And it's usually performed by one band or one DJ. And now this is incredibly important in club scenes around the world because that is what fuels the music that is played. The mega mixes that are played is what fuels the club scene. Just simply to showcase songs that people like for a short amount of time. The articles on Vine discuss the impact it has had on viral video culture. One of the articles on sound relates Vines to almost like home videos. The fact that the sound is unedited, it's natural, and that is one reason why people enjoy Vine so much. It shows that it was created in the Vine app, the same app that everyone else has. Another one discusses the interface and how that has led to Vine being so original. It is just a screen, just your video. There's no play or pause or stop buttons or anything like that. It just relies on the user knowing and understanding media in just tapping the screen. And after all, that's all that is needed anyway. Another one of the articles talks about how comedy dominates most of Vine's videos, and how it actually harks back to the first comedic video ever created. How we're really just recreating things we were making at the birth of film. just now we have a more accessible platform to do it in. One of the articles discusses how the short time frame almost forces users to use satire to create comedic value. And the most famous and controversial theme or genre is stereotypes. One of the more famous and controversial being black people versus white people. The last article on Vine discusses how people really enjoy Vine content and it's really accessible to everyone. And now the people creating Vines are being brought in to make real advertisements. The example given, one person helped make an ad for Trident gum. The comedy and the message that Vines send is so accessible that it really makes sense that it's penetrating professional corporate advertising.